Hey guys, welcome back to Stormworks, and welcome back to the build of this thing right here. This is, of course, our 100-seater airliner that we've actually managed to get flying, finally. The problems that we were having yesterday was that the engines weren't working correctly, and the main reason for that is because diesel was in there instead of jet fuel, and we'd actually had a separate gearbox issue. So the gearbox for this generator on this side was different to the gearbox generator on this side, and it was causing the engines to be different. But now I fixed that and everything is actually fine. Anyway, today what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to add some strobe lights to the wings because that was suggested, and that is a very good suggestion. I'm also going to actually have a little look at the landing gear as well, and possibly the doors, because at the minute the doors aren't really it. Also, I fixed these doors so that instead of them just being detached, they actually open sort of like a normal door now. So you can push this button and... no, never mind. But they should open sort of like that, but actually like a real door. So we'll have to flip those instead as well. Okay, so because it's the easiest thing to do right now is flipping this door, that is what we're gonna do. So grab this guy here, grab it here. No. Actually, hold on. Grab it here, grab it... oh, here and here. There we go. Now cut it, press U, paste it back in. There we go. That's all good. We now need to go to the other side and do the exact same thing again. So cut it, press U, paste it back in, merge it together. Excellent, that's done. Now what do we need to do? Okay, I suppose now it's the point where we actually have to have the doors working, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do that just yet, but let's go ahead and get rid of this. I'm actually going to get rid of... oh, no, I'm not. I think I'm going to have to, like, grab this. That is the entire door. Cut it and paste it. I think the entire door is going to move. I was originally just going to do these three in the center, but maybe all of it should move? Oh, maybe not. Nah. I feel like the three in the center should move. But unfortunately, that means this piece above needs to move too. So we need to paint that differently. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I think the way that I'm going to do the doors is actually kind of, I guess, cheap, but it's fine. So we're going to grab ourselves some pivots. We're going to chuck those on here. We're then going to chuck another pivot onto that pivot, and I guess invert it. I think then we can actually attach this guy to here, and then if I put a, I guess a throttle in here, we can test if it works. That is like one of the quickest ways of doing this. So we'll just see if it works this way. And that should be good. Electricity is going to be a problem though, so let's get some of that. Bosh bosh, and I guess we can attach it to one of these batteries as well. It's all connected to the same battery. I don't like the fact that I've done it that way, but I have done it that way. So there we go. Anyway, spawn this in, let's go ahead and get inside. And we'll test this out for the first time. So, bosh. No, that's not it. Okay, so we're just gonna have them open like that. I mean, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's also not the worst thing in the world, so we're just gonna use that. Alright, let's go ahead and test that out then. So we're gonna test the front doors and the back doors, as well as the doors in the center, because I've added doors everywhere, apparently. So go ahead and push this, nothing happens. Push this, nothing happens. Alright, cool. So far, so good. Push that. Why is that not working? Okay, hang on. I know why some of these aren't working. Okay, let's try that again. That's the wrong way around, and that's the wrong way around also. Alright, cool. At least they work a little bit now. What is that? Why are they opening like that? That one doesn't even open. That's really strange. Alright, run backwards from there. We got this one. That opens the wrong way, and this... why are they all opening the wrong way now? I am so confused. Okay, watch this. Bam! There we go. That opens correctly. That opens correctly. Run backwards. Bam, that opens correctly. Emergency exit door onto the wing. A bit weird. In fact, very weird, but it is what it is. So we'll go ahead and close those. If we run backwards from here, we can go ahead and push this. That opens correctly, and that opens correctly as well. If we look from the outside, the doors are open at the front, doors are open at the back, and the center ones I actually closed myself, but that's fine. Okay, cool. Doors are working. Alright, we need some lavatories. So, we're actually going to get rid of this seat right here, this row of seats. Hopefully we still have 100 seats in this thing. I'm pretty sure we do. We could, maybe not though. I'm not sure. Anyway, get rid of that, get rid of these, get rid of that, get rid of that. There we go. All of that is deleted. We're now going to delete some of this, I guess, to about there. And we're going to delete the windows, including the bits underneath the windows. All of this wall. What is that? Oh, that is a cavern. Okay, well, if you are going to go to the toilet, you are going to be flying. Anyway, window gone, so let's go ahead and fill that in with this. There we go. And I think I'm going to just chuck one of these guys on here. I'm going to fill that in from the end. There we go. And then from here, we're just going to go ahead and fill it across and up to the top of there. There we go. I have to do something with this thingamabobby we've got here. With the, what am I calling it? What am I even saying? We need to do something with the floor, because look at the floor. It's all over the place. Fill that in right there, obviously up to the roof. There we go. And this is going to be my toilets on both sides, which is fine, I think. Yeah. I don't know if I want this color here, so I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to go ahead and do that. There we go. Get rid of it here as well. That's fine. Okay. So we need to add a door into here and on the other side. I don't know if I can fit them, but let's just do it. Here we go. Door. Sliding door. Okie dokie. Shove that into here like this. I guess that's fine. Okay, yeah. It fits in both sides, so I think we can keep it. With that being said, though, we now need to move this little bit of the floor backwards to here so that we can actually use it. And that'll be good. Yeah. Alright, shove that up there. Beautiful. Okay, I feel like this actually works. So we got toilets in the center right here. We've got this little area right here with a wall. I don't know why I've added a wall here. Maybe there shouldn't be a wall, but there's just like a little room for some people, I guess. And then you can go forwards. Obviously, I've added these guys, which are like little lockers. Realistically, I guess on one of these sides, we should maybe just add like one of those jump seats. Or possibly even two. So I might take one of these off the wall and add jump seats there for the cabin crew. And then I might do something similar, probably on these walls. And then maybe something back here. I'm not sure. But yeah, let's go ahead and delete one of the sides, and we'll add a jump seat there. Okay, what do you guys think of these jump seats? They've got like crosses on them, which are like harnesses, I guess, for the cabin crew. I think that's gonna work out fine, but I don't know. Let me know if you guys think that looks cool or not. The reason I've gone with like the red is because the red on these seats, and the reason I've gone with the orange is because it's like kind of close to that red. So overall, I think that's all fine. What I'm also going to do is have this button right here be red, because those are emergency exits, and I think that's cool. Lavatories are in, so we've only got 2 lavatories for 100 people. That's pretty crazy, but I think that's fine. Yeah, we got these guys back here. Realistically, these seats feel a little bit weird, but they're fine. And these guys don't actually have handles yet, so let me go ahead and grab this. We'll go ahead and shove some handles in up here. In fact, let me do this on both sides. Delete, place. 1, 2, 3, 4. Delete, place. 1, 2, 3, 4. We won't have one there. Alright, cool. That's all in. Good, we've done it. Okay, so now I think it's time to do something with the front end right here. So this is our engine switch, this is another engine switch, and these are our throttle levers. I think it'd be kind of weird, but actually kind of cool at the same time to have them in the ceiling. But I do feel like that could be a bit of an issue. I don't know. So I'm going to leave them actually here. I kind of want there to only be one pilot. Is that really weird? That might be really strange. I don't know. But I kind of want them in the center. It'd be kind of cool to have them here though, wouldn't it? Alright, you know what? I'm doing it. We're having the throttle levers in the ceiling. Yes. I know there is at least one plane in real life that's like this. I just can't remember what it is. Anyway, paste that there. There we go. Shove this guy and this guy. Cut it. Move it over. Paste it there. There we go. Merge this with this, this with this. Alright. Hopefully these are to the right sides, because if they're not, they're crossed over. Of course they are. Of course they are. Right, connect that one to there instead, and connect this one to here instead as well. There we go. Same with this one. This one goes down to there, and this goes down to here. Okay, sorted. Okay, so after doing some cockpit stuff, I've just shoved, like, I don't know, basics in here. I wanted it to only be one pilot because it makes it easier for me. I'm not even going to lie to you guys about why I want to do that. If you guys obviously want to change this, you totally can. But I wanted this to be the autopilot, that to be the autopilot, this to maybe be an artificial horizon. I was thinking, actually, we could put an artificial horizon in here as well. Yes, artificial horizon, shove that right in the center. Excellent. And then maybe we can have like a compass up there as well, like a normal one. That could be pretty cool. So we'll shove that in there as well, because we can. So there we go. That looks like a pretty okay cockpit, I guess. Yeah, so what else do we need? Well, I'm not sure. But anyway, we've done that. We've done the jump seats. We've done the doors now. What I wanted to do was the lights on the outside. So let's go ahead and grab these guys. I'm going to shove them in there, and I'm actually going to put some blinkers in there as well, because I can. So let's just go ahead and do this. Yep, and connect this to there, if possible. Where am I doing it? There we go. That goes to there. This goes to the nav lights one, which I believe is in the roof. Is this nav lights? Yes, it is. All right, we're going to go out to this side and do the same thing, because for some reason, I'm not mirroring. There we go. So connect this to... There's no light there. There's not even a light. There we go. Shove the white light next to it. Connect this to here, this up to there. And that's all good. Yeah. However, we are going to have to change, like, the timing. So we're going to increase this to, like, 1. This can be to 1 as well. So it's on for 1, it's off for 1. Actually, let's have it off for, like, half. There we go. So half and 1. Alright, beautiful. Spawner in, let's go ahead and turn everything on that we need to turn on and see what happens. Alright, so go ahead and press this. Go ahead and press this. Let's go and have a look at the wings. Oh, they don't actually have electricity. Oh, they do? Do I have infinite electricity on? I must do. Yeah, alright, so I need to fix that. I also wanted to take a look at the floor really quickly because I have done some editing around here. I wanted to make sure all of these were A, turned on, and B, working. Yeah. We need to paint this line here. There needs to be a line painted there. Yeah. Did I get it wrong somewhere else? I might have got it wrong somewhere else as well. We also need to shove a door in here, obviously, so we'll end up doing that as well. But that's okay. Alright, so far, this is fine. Alright, I also need to do something with this front landing gear. It currently looks super ugly, so I'm thinking we attach, like, I don't know, these two to the sides of this. It can't go any wider than that, so that's all we're gonna do. But then we're gonna add some rocket boosters, maybe 2 of those. And then maybe some pipes on top of that. Actually, maybe a pipe underneath that. There we go. Shove a pipe in, and then maybe we can just, I don't know, connect it to there like this. Like this. Sure. I could also actually add a light onto here as well, if possible. That'd be really cool. But I can't. Well, I can. Let's just go to spotlights. I wanted to add one of these, like this, but I can't. So we're gonna use one of these instead. I'm just gonna shove it right here on top of this. There we go. And I'll do something along these lines. I don't know whether that's gonna work or not, but we're gonna connect this to landing lights, which is there. We're gonna obviously connect it to the electricity, which is to here. These guys all need electricity inside the actual cockpit. There we go. And then we need to add electricity to this, to this, to this. There we go. Everything I have recently added all needs electricity. So to those guys, there we go. Those guys, this one. Okay, good. And then we need to go out on the wings. We need to do this guy and this guy. This guy down here. Okay. And then this one out here and this one. And I think that might be it. I think that might be it. I'm not sure. But if there's something not working, then we'll figure it out. Okay. Let's go ahead and take off. Okay, so in order to take off then, we're going to have to push this button and this button, and then we go this and this, and it should take to the skies. We're going to turn nav lights on right now. Okay, none of this actually currently works, so we're just leaving it as is. That works, but nothing else works. But here we go. Alright, we're currently like drifting, but that's fine. can we get in the air? We are in the air. Landing gear up. Okay, that folds in. This one's folding in slowly, but it is working. Okay. As soon as that closes, I'm happy. Oh, that's really cool. Alright, so far, so good. Doesn't fly particularly well, but it's alright. So landing gear goes back down. That works. The front is slowly opening. And bam! Alright, it breaks itself out. Can we turn on landing lights? Does that work? Oh, look at that. It totally does. Beautiful. We currently don't have any brakes either. We need that. Okay, so because we need brakes, we might as well shove it in here as well. Let's go ahead and do this. Key. This is going to be for the brakes. There we go. And we can just paint that like that. That's good. Click on this. Parking brake. There we go. And we'll just go ahead and connect that to some electricity that we've got inside the cockpit already. And connect this to literally every single wheel. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Realistically, actually, maybe that should automatically be on. Can I do that? Ah, there you go. And it'll just turn off whenever we use the key. All right, good. I think that's fine. I actually do think that's fine. Is there anything else that needs to be in here? We've got a lot more room, but I guess not. Okay, door. Let's do it. We're going to shove one of these doors in here. Unfortunately... no, I can actually. I can put it here. There we go. Delete these guys. Shove that door in there. Go ahead and fill that in like that. Fill the rest of this in like this. I think that's okay. So this is obviously the cockpit door. We are going to have a button here. Actually, we'll have a keypad on this side. It won't do anything. And then on this side, we can actually have a button that locks the door. Toggle button. Push that there. Door lock. Alright, connect that to there. Door lock. NA. Yeah, okay. I think NA is fine. Yeah, that works. It still feels a little bit weird. Obviously, there's not really anything else going on back here, so it's kind of a bit weird, but it's fine. Let's add a fire extinguisher, because we might need one. So I'll shove a fire extinguisher in here. Mask? I guess like an oxygen mask would be pretty good for the pilots. So we'll have their spare oxygen masks down by their feet. Ooh. Maybe over to the side? Like... I was gonna say there, but that won't even work. Let's just have it here. Mounted to their side. Why not? Okay, and then is there anything else that we need? I'm not even entirely sure. I don't know. Let's just go ahead and shove another one of those guys on there. That's fine. I've gone ahead and changed the color of the outside of this to be a little bit less drastic, so now the door sort of fits in there a little bit better. And I've done the same at the back, but obviously in red, so that's kind of an interesting move. What I also probably want to do is paint around the edges of doors to make it like grey or whatever, and I think that would look cooler. Kind of like what I've done here, it definitely makes it look better. And I might actually change the front landing gear to go away from white to be something else. Also, I've accidentally painted these the wrong color as well. I'm going to paint the front of these back to what I had them before, and that'll be pretty cool. I spelled brake wrong. Yeah, I did. Right, there we go. I fixed it. I know I'm gonna get some comments already, and yeah, whatever. I fixed it. So anyway, doors done. Wing thingamabobbies done. Lights on the end of wings. Do I have electricity out to those now? Yes. Landing light on the front landing gear, done. Front landing gear done as well. I've painted it different color. Rear landing gear, painted. Rear landing gear wheels, painted as well. Landing gear door, painted. Okay, right. What I also want to do is actually paint all the edges of the actual doors themselves as well, but that's annoying to actually get to. But I'm going to do that as well, and then we'll see where we're at from there. Okay, so the only bit I haven't painted is that bit up there, and that's it. So obviously the doors are now painted quite nicely. I think we are going towards the ground, so let's go ahead and stop that from happening a little bit. Run backwards from there. These doors now still work. Yes, okay, very good. These work, although that's where the landing gear is, so you don't really want to go in there. If we run backwards from there, we've got the doors back here as well, and doors back here too. Yeah, alright, everything's fine. We've done it, guys. We've successfully done it. Yeah, that's right. Successfully. Unfortunately, though, I think we are... Oh, we were heading towards the ground. We're not anymore. Weird. Haha. Alright, let's run backwards and get on the wing, because I want to say goodbye. Alright, here we go. I'm on the wing. We're on the wing. Our airliner is done. At least to the point where we wanted it anyway. There I am on the wing. So, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this thing. I think I might do a little bit more work to it and get it on the workshop so you guys can mess around with it if you want to. Feel free to edit it and do whatever you want with it. I might even, in fact, upload it just as is. We'll see. Anyway, for now, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.